All right, so we're the bonus edition of tonight's show. I missed a question about the first 100 days, and so Scott, if you would.
I think this is an important question because we've seen it in federal politics and we've seen it in governmental politics. So I think it's a great question.
Yep.
Because a lot of times people they want to see action on a lot of issues.
Yep.
And so what I've learned is that, how do you get going fast? Well, the advantage I have is I'm on the city council and I've been around, I know what's happening. I've been to many of the committee meetings. And so my first goal, as mayor, would be to, meet with all the city council people, because we're going to have a lot of new faces, and make sure that they understand, what roles would they like in city government? What committees would they like to serve on? And then balance that out so besides what they have desire to serve on, that they can put their expertise to work on those committees.
Yep.
And Ron Corbett did a pretty good job of that.
Yep.
Secondly, it's trying to look at meeting with the city staff and do the same thing with the city manager and the department heads and do the same thing. Okay, what would you like to see the city council and what things would you like to get accomplished in the first 100 days? So we get the staff perspective may be different than what the city council is, even though the council is the policy board. Yep. And then you go into looking at, we need a lot of new people involved in city government. We have hundreds in various city commissions. What I always get frustrated by is we have not done a good job as a council of appointing people of all ages, all breaking into our city commissions and boards. And I had the privilege of serving on several of those. And the way it used to be is based on your expertise and interest is how you got appointed. Unfortunately, that's not been what it was. They put people on that maybe had an issue. Well, it was a single issue, but they didn't look at the rest of what they had to do. They didn't come to the meetings. Their attendance was low. They had only one issue they were always after. They didn't look at the big picture and come up with solutions. And so one of the things I want to do is improve that process by working with the council people to get the people that are really interested. And we have a ton of people from the different task forces and area that want to get involved, but they don't know how. And so what I'd like to do is to work to get more people involved. Also, one of the first things I'm going to do is we're going to get rid of our noon city council meeting and we're going to have a night meeting. We're going to have a 7 o'clock night meeting because I'm embarrassed at our city council meetings at noon and 4 o'clock. Unless we have a controversial issue, the staff there outnumbers the public there. And it's hard to get away for a meeting that lasts usually an hour and a half to 2 hours over the lunch hour. It's hard to get there at 4. But I will immediately work with the council to get at least one of our meetings at 7 o'clock at night. So that people can go. And we're becoming more transparent. So I want to see people sitting there and listening and learning about what the city council is doing and have a chance to speak during our public sessions. And then we have a whole series of issues that are being out in our community: affordable housing, safety, a variety of things. And we have groups that are doing wonderful work. Well, let's grab those groups and bring them into the city fold and make them part of the team. And we can do that in the first 100 days.
Nice.
And so, you look at, the committees, expand the line of communication, transparency, the appointments, working with the council. We can do some things in 100 days and hit the ground running and get some things accomplished. And because we have momentum. We have the momentum. But there's people that are frustrated by certain issues not getting it. Well, let's put that frustration to work, whether it's on a formal commission or whether it's in a separate task force. We can put all these people to work and really make a difference in the first 100 days and start that momentum so that we don't lose 6 months to everybody waiting to see, well, what committee am I going to be appointed to? And that's where I've always found, and if you look at some of my testimonials, is that you try to put the right people in the right place, use their expertise, use their passion to put together, and it's amazing what you can get done. And what I learned, this is my life lesson. I have always learned, when I went to Iowa State and got my architectural degree, you look back at all the courses you took. But what I've learned, both as an architect and I've used it successfully in my real estate business, is that I was taught to listen. I was taught to find creative ideas. I was taught to find a way to put together a team. how to find the creative funding, because that's as difficult as anything. But the most important thing is then put the final team together to make it happen.
Yep.
And that's what, I think is important for city government. And so that's what I hope to bring to the table, is to get all of these people. And if you can get 100, 200, 300 people backing up in a common goals with the city council, we can
Right.
rock it.
Sky's the limit.
Sky's the limit.
Yep.
Because I think personally, as I've been to different groups, there are so many people that want to participate and have a say. Now, not necessarily in every issue, but in issues they're passionate about. So we just need to have a way, because I think most people feel disenfranchised in the fact that how can they get involved in city government and do that. So if we can make that as a part of our action in that first 100 days, I'm so excited about what could be
awesome.
here. So that's my 100 days.
Awesome. All right. Thanks again, Scott.
Thanks for asking that question.
Definitely.